Hey everyone, it's Coaster Legend here, and today I'm going to be making a video about what each Cedar Fair's park's next big coaster would be. So I'm just going to run through every single park, and I'm just going to talk about what coaster could be coming next to the park. What's going to be their next biggest coaster coming. So I have a type of coaster and a year planned out for each of the 11 Cedar Fair parks, not including Gilroy Gardens. So let's get started. We're going to start off with the biggest and go to the smallest. So starting out with the Cedar Point, and what they need most is a good wooden coaster. But they need space, and what ride isn't very popular and breaks down a lot and already had flags on it this year and is never open? Gemini. So I think that they will remove Gemini, and in Gemini's place they will put dueling GCIs, the Infinity Flyer model, maybe the tallest and fastest wooden coaster. They don't want to take the longest from the Beast, maybe the steepest wooden coaster in the world, and that would be the records that it would break. It'd be an awesome addition. It could interact with the path and go upside down, go on Adventure Island near Forbidden Frontier Millennium Forest, and it would be a great addition that the park really needs. Next, we're going to Kings Island. Kings Island really needs something unique. Their most unique coaster is the Beast right now, and that's not really that unique. It's just a long wooden coaster, and it doesn't really do anything. So they really need a standout attraction that is very unique. Orion, that's a Giga. It's stand out, but it's not that unique because there's other Gigas. There's like 5 other ones. 5. So they really need something unique, which is why I think that they will, in 2023, they will get an SNS Access Coaster. An Access Coaster is a brand new model. I made a video on it. There's a link in the description to that video. And I made this brand new video probably about a month ago about the Access Coaster, and it's a new type of coaster where it can be under the track and on top of the track in the same ride, and it's pretty cool. So I think that they could get that, and it'd be like the first of its kind. And I think that would be really sweet for Kings Island because it would be the first of its kind, and it would be very unique, and it would be awesome. And they will do that in the plot of land that Vortex operated in. To Carowinds. So the Carowinds, there's usually like a 5-year gap in between coasters. So for Carowinds, in 2024, I think they will get a GCI wooden coaster. They really need a GCI because their only wooden coaster right now is Hurler, and Hurler is trash. So they really need a good new generation wooden coaster. It'd be really nice for the park. It'd get the park another standout coaster because right now they have 2 standout coasters, Intimidator and Fury. And then after that, there's just a bunch of okay coasters. They're not that great. So they really need another coaster that can fill the gap of coasters. So Carowinds, a GCI in 2024. Canada's Wonderland in 2022. They will RMC Wild Beast. Wild Beast is a terrible coaster. It's a wooden coaster near Leviathan, and this park really needs an RMC because, like Carowinds, they have 2 standout coasters and then a bunch of trashy coasters, and this would fill the gap between those because an RMC is exactly what this park needs. They have 2 bad wooden coasters. Wild Beast is worse than Mighty Canadian Mindbuster, and it also has a better layout for an RMC. So I think that Canada's Wonderland will get an RMC Wild Beast in 2022. King's Dominion. So it's kind of confirmed that they're getting a wing coaster in 2022, and I already made a video on that. There will be a link in the description to that as well. So it's basically confirmed that King's Dominion is going to get a wing coaster in 2022 in place of Volcano, the blast coaster, which was an Intamin that was removed this year, actually. Oh, last year. So yeah, wing coaster, that's good. Busch Gardens Williamsburg doesn't have anything like a wing coaster in Busch Gardens Williamsburg and King's Dominion competition. So King's Dominion wants to get unique coasters that Busch Gardens Williamsburg doesn't have. And Wing Coaster is a ride that Busch Gardens Williamsburg doesn't have. And a Wing Coaster isn't very close to Virginia. The nearest wing coaster would be Wild Eagle, and that's in Dollywood in Tennessee, and that's not extremely close to Virginia. So, yeah, it'd definitely be a good fit for the park. Next, Knott's Berry Farm. So, Knott's Berry Farm is landlocked, and they have no room to expand. They expanded. Ghost Rider goes over the road, and they have literally nowhere to go. So they have to remove a coaster in order to build a new ride. That's why I predict this will come in 2025. So, because they have to like remove a bunch of stuff to build a new coaster. But I don't think they would have to remove too much, just one ride. And that ride that they would have to remove is Jaguar, to put this in. Jaguar isn't the most popular attraction, it doesn't really do anything. And it would be one of the coasters that I can remove so Knott's Berry Farm can really build up its lineup, because this coaster is an RMC Raptor that would come, or a T-Rex that would come in Jaguar's part of land. And it could go over the paths like Jaguar did. It'd be really nice if it did that, because there's still not a lot of space in that area. So it'd be kind of going around the paths, just like Jaguar and Silver Bullet and all those other coasters. And I think that would be a really nice addition for the park. It would definitely be the best ride in the park. And they could definitely do a lot with that plot of land. They could have it twisting over paths, going underneath paths, having airtime hills go right over it. It would be sweet. Next park, Worlds of Fun. So I did a video on this 2 days ago. A Mock Rides launch coaster. I predicted it would be coming in 2025 because Worlds of Fun isn't one of the most loved Cedar Fair parks. Cedar Fair is investing a lot into this park. So I think it would be 2025, but Worlds of Fun definitely needs a launch coaster. They have no launch coasters in their lineup, so that's what they need, and it would probably be the best coaster in the park because I have ridden Copperhead Strike. Copperhead Strike is awesome. So Mock Rides launch coaster, that would be amazing. It'd be a hang time machine, an air time machine, and it would bring in the launch that Worlds of Fun really needs, 2025. Next, California's Great America. I also did a video on this back in November. California's Great America needs a hyper, and it's basically confirmed they're getting a hyper. And they're gonna I believe that they're gonna put it by Mad Mouse, and then it will stretch over towards Gold Striker. And that would be an awesome addition for this park. They really need a taller coaster that's full of airtime. Gold Striker isn't really full of airtime, it's more about the intense turns. Railblazer is full of ejector. They need a floater machine. Grizzly is not a floater machine. So they really need that coaster, and it would be great for their lineup. And I already did a video on it, 2021 B&M Hyper. Next, Dorney Park. So Dorney Park also needs a new wooden coaster, a new generation wooden coaster. They have Thunderhawk. That ride isn't the greatest, it's extremely old. So they really need a good standout coaster, which is why I think they're gonna get a GCI in 2023. And I can really see a lot of potential in this park. It's in a pretty populated area with Allentown, Scranton, Harrisburg, and Philadelphia, and then Trenton and Newark and New York. Those aren't that far away. So I could really see a lot of growth in this park, and I think it could really grow and be one of the most popular parks in that area, if not the most popular. So they really need that standout attraction that would bring in a lot of guests, and that standout attraction is probably a GCI. And I picture that coming in 2023, one of the later years, just because this isn't one of the most loved Cedar Fair parks. Cedar Fair isn't investing that much money into it, but really I think they should be, because it's in a pretty populated area, and it would be amazing. And then we have 2 more parks. Valley Fair and Michigan's Adventure. Yeah, Michigan's Adventure, no way. They're not getting anything anytime soon. They're probably going to get like a B&M Floorless relocated from somewhere. I don't know if that's... They're probably going to get Flight Deck from Canada's Wonderland. Another SLC. They're probably going to get in like 2049. But yeah, Michigan's Adventure, they're not going to get anything anytime soon. They're probably going to get one in the next century. Valley Fair is our last park. And this park needs an inverted coaster. And B&M is doing a lot with their inverted coasters, and the inverted coasters nowadays are insane. And it would be really awesome for this park because their only inverted coaster right now is Steel Venom. And that ride is an Impulse. And not a lot of people like Impulses, so they really need a good B&M inverted coaster. And that could do this park extremely well, because there's nothing around that area that's like that. The closest B&M inverted coaster to that park is in Chicago, it's Batman the Ride. They really need a unique coaster, and that would bring a standout coaster to the park because I've ridden Banshee. Banshee is amazing. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time on Coaster Legend channel.